Oh. We live?
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Noon Afternoon today. Since this is our last edition before Christmas, we thought we'd have a little festive makeover of the set for today. I am Stijn, the project manager of this project, and I'm here with my CEO and / creative director Adnan, Jim, our sound lead, and Jasmijn, our art lead. Today we are going to once again talk about our game While You're Here, a game about Nora Holloway, a woman living on her own in a cabin in the middle of Oregon, who gets a chance encounter with a stranger that shows up at her door, and all the interactions that come from that. Today we are going to show you our first live demo. During previous presentations we have shown you pre-prepared recorded videos. Today we're going to do it live. We're also going to talk a bit to the leads I have already mentioned, and we're going to have all the short Q&A session. But before that, our CEO has a little announcement to make.
Yes, a very special announcement actually, because today, during the special edition of At Noon Afternoon, we actually managed to secure a sponsor. I know. So, today we're sponsored by 24 Christmas. 3 guys set out to do the impossible, creating an entire Christmas album within 24 hours. From 8 a.m. till 8 a.m. the next day, they wrote, recorded, and produced 7 Christmas-themed songs. Now, they put a lot of effort into these, and a lot of love, to make sure that it has a little bit for everyone. All the way from Christmas classics to high-paced rap. 24 Christmas is available on Spotify starting today. Look it up on Spotify. You can look up It's Christmas Motherfuck. You can fill in the rest. Stream it starting right now on Spotify. Thank you very much, 24 Christmas, for sponsoring us. And I think we're gonna switch it over to Youssef for the demo.
Yes, he is behind the screens currently playing the demo.
Our programming lead, all the way in the back of the studio, has a demo set up for us, and we're gonna be narrating it live.
If it works.
Don't say that. Programming lead.
Yes, there we go.
Ooh. That's us.
There's the logo.
That's our game. As you can see, a new game is about to be started. Ooh. Yeah. So this is Nora's cabin in the middle of Oregon, 1974.
I should probably take this with me.
As you can hear, since our last demo, we have also Nora is now a voiced character. We have done internal auditions and have
More will follow from our sound lead in a bit about that.
Yeah.
And right now, as you could see, on her chore list that she has for the day, one of the tasks was, I think, chopping wood. Ah, yes. Thank you, programming lead. Yeah. Oh. In one fell swoop. So as you can see, indeed, the game registers when you've completed a task, and it automatically transfers over to this chore list that you have for yourself.
Just a quick reminder for the player what to do, where to go.
One of the things that seemed important to us for this game is to make it feel as realistic as possible. So that's why we...
There's the newspaper.
Artley, do you want to talk about the newspaper at all? Or?
We're prioritizing other assets.
Oh, but that is not
For
done?
example, the task list.
Yeah. Ah, the environment, very beautiful.
Yep.
More, please.
The environment has received a complete overhaul since last time. The basic layout is still the same, the cabin in the woods, but it all looks a lot nicer now.
This is why we don't have a newspaper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Choices.
one of the big challenges with that as well, with the environment, was, as you could see, we're dealing with a lot of trees. So it was quite a challenge to how can we still make this forest look good and make it feel like a real place, while also making sure that your computer doesn't crash because we make each leaf individual. Oh god. Yes, quickly cover that up.
Nothing to see here.
Now, which kettle do you choose? Oh.
Now, as you've noticed, before it was luckily cut off, there have been a lot of new sound work has been done since last time. Our sound team has done a lot of in-person recording, Foley sounds as they're called. I think that's also going to be brought up later again. I'm going to talk about that some more. Very interesting work.
Oh. This, I think, in our dev team was called the making tea minigame. Ooh.
Oh,
Think
spilled a little. No matter.
Oh.
Oh, but
Oh, there's no audio now.
Okay, tomorrow, prepare yourselves for a rainy day and have a big storm coming in from the Pacific.
Yeah.
We'll see. Stay upward.
One of our goals as well was to keep in mind that often players don't play the game as you intend, and that they are going to want to skip things that you would rather not want them to. But you can also skip dialogue and everything. Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, once Nora has completed all her chores for the day and the tasks and other events that are not relevant
Can we see the
yet.
chore board one more time, or the chore list?
One more time?
No, programming.
No, we cannot.
Yeah, but as you can see, so you can only rest and finish the day once you've completed all of your chores for the day. But I think that is the ending to the
Our-
demo that we have for now.
Indeed.
Yeah. So.
With that, I think we are now going to go over to some short interviews with our leads we have here.
Yeah.
I believe you had some questions.
I
which you
do.
certainly want to
A few
ask
of
them.
them. We're also going to have a showreel playing on in the background for the people in the audience and watching this live. If you have any questions, please write them down somewhere or save them for the Q&A at the end. So, one of the things that I'm most interested about, because me, as your CEO, there have been rumors that I don't really do all that much, but I try and keep an overview of what you guys are up to. But please remind me, what do you think the biggest improvement was from the last sprint? And I'm not talking about managing your role, but pure creative work.
For art, I think the forest is a really big improvement. Because, I think the show will also show at some point, but it is shown there were just a few of the same trees placed around. Which
This is the original scene.
yes, and now we have like a lush forest with all kinds of trees native to Oregon and plants and foliage, which makes it really feel like it's come alive.
Yeah, I think as well, like in the show reel in a bit, it's gonna show up and do some last sprint and current sprint, and then you're really gonna see the difference in how much of a difference has been made. regarding the sound team and the stuff that you've been working on, what do you think the biggest improvement has been?
I mean, mainly the addition of things like Foley sound. We were working on it still during the last stream. Well, not like during, but in that period. And right now we've implemented quite a lot of those. Not all of them yet. Same with the voice lines. There's still some to be put in there. For example, the radio voice line that is in the demo now is still the old one. There has been a new one recorded, but it just has to get put into the game. So hopefully next stream all the correct sounds are going to be there. So yeah, I just say the overall quality and actual placement of sounds, like the simple things like placing something, grabbing an item, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Regarding that, you also mentioned a few things that were, again, not implemented yet. I assume that there were also obstacles and challenges that you've had in your way and things that didn't always go so smoothly. So I'm quite interested. What do you think were the toughest obstacles that you faced in this past sprint, and what were your methods to overcome those with your team or individually?
For the art team, it at some point became clear, like, everyone was getting sick, which isn't, for the game-wise, not directly a problem, but yeah.
Oh, I
our
also
team
heard
was-
someone coughing in the audience. Yeah, thank you.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so we missed a lot of people, and
Yeah.
art is like with 8, but we were there with 4 at most for almost an entire week, which was kind of, I don't think it helps with any motivation.
And Jasmijn, how did you solve that issue?
Let them be sick. No. I can't force people to come to school, but I do know in some afternoons we had team buildings, which was really fun. And when people got back, it was like nice to catch up, and we had like a meeting, and we showed everyone what we did for the art team at least, and then all the others. We do have the beautiful Show Your Work channel.
Nice.
So
And regarding sound, what was one of the biggest obstacles that you guys have faced this past sprint?
Surprisingly, it wasn't being sick, but that's also because we're a team of 2 instead of a team of like 8. So that's, a small difference. I'd say the main issue for us has been, Foley-wise, finding the right items to use, because the whole thing with Foley is not everything that is the literal thing sounds like it when you play it. This means chopping wood. We've tried multiple things. We tried just grabbing a piece of metal and literally just hitting it into a piece of firewood. And then for the cracking noise, we tried just breaking apart some bark, but that turned out being like too light sounding. As for soundtracks, it's very difficult to actually make a final choice because, of course, we make them and we're very proud of all of the things that we do make. But we're getting somewhere with that, so that's nice. And voice acting, it took quite a while to decide because the votes amongst us were quite split. But eventually we've managed to come to a conclusion, so that's pretty nice.
Okay, very interesting. One of those things that I'm then interested about, because you mentioned that there's this process and it takes a while, and later on you're like, oh, we should have just done that to begin with. One thing that I'm interested in, if you could time travel all the way back to the start of the project and hand past you, so past Jim and past Jasmijn, a piece of advice, or a USB stick with a bunch of files on there, what piece of advice would you give yourself, or what would be on that USB stick?
should I go first again? Okay. Well, currently we are, compared to last sprint, we have a lot of textures on the models, but we don't have one clear style guide that helps everyone be able to make textures. So we have like a very small group of people that's able to make the textures, which they are great. The workload is like very high, so we're trying to also lower that. So if we could start over, it would make a style guide so everyone can also make their textures.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think for sound, I'm gonna mainly connect this to voice acting because that's also my focus point. Just from the start, work together with design on the voice lines instead of having them make it, then giving it to us, and then while we're actually recording voice lines, being like, this doesn't sound right, this just sounds like it's being read to someone else instead of like inner dialogue, which it's supposed to be, which caused for more time consumption than was necessary.
Very solid and fair advice. Okay. That was a bunch of reflecting and a whole lot of that. One thing that I want to know now is, what do you think your team's proudest achievement was of either this last sprint or what we've achieved over these past 5-6 weeks?
for art, I think it's everyone. If you like see the world together, it's really nice, and I'm really proud of how everyone is working on their assets, working together even, which is also nice. Sometimes you walk in and everyone's just silently working, but that is also getting a lot better. But yeah, seeing everything together and seeing the people work together is really nice, and I'm really proud of all the team members.
Yeah, I think everyone can agree with that.
Mhm.
Okay. Sound.
Uh,
Finally, your biggest achievement.
Honestly, it might just have to be the soundtracks. I know we haven't shared the full soundtracks yet. That'll happen next stream. But that also just everything coming together. Like, of course, the Foley sounds are all recorded separately, so we know what they sound like one by one. But once they're put together and in the game, it's just being able to see everything combined is a whole different thing. So that's really nice to see.
Very fair. Earlier as well, I think you mentioned some of the cast and that we now have voice actors as well.
Yes.
I don't know if the world is ready for this yet, so you're gonna have to tell me or not. Are we ready to announce who these voice actors are?
Yeah.
Is the audience ready to be announced who these voice actors are? Yeah! I don't know if we can pull it up on the screen.
Should be able to. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, so these are the 4 voice actors we ended up coming to. One of them is me, yes, I know. But I'll just go from left to right, explain a bit about the role and who the person voice acting them is. So on the left we have the stranger, who is now named Edward Miller. He's voiced by Rens. He is our PR lead and also my fellow sound teammate. The stranger is this mysterious character at the beginning who has a very relaxed outlook on life in a sense. He wants a lot of freedom, and we figured that his voice fit the best with that. For Nora, a pretty important voice, we have Jessica, who is also the person that was the character designer, so she knows the most about the characters, and that might have played a bit in her advantage with knowing how to voice, but it really works out well. One of the voice lines was already in the game. Granted, it's not the final recording because we're going to end up recording it at a higher quality place. But yeah, for me, I'm the radio guy, Ashby Santos. I was already on the radio before with the old audio, but right now we have an actual defined character idea for him as well. And then we have Bram, who's going to voice the radio conspiracist guy. We don't know if he's going to be in the demo yet by the end of it, but when we do continue working on the game, if we do, he is going to be the conspiracy guy on the radio because everyone loves a good conspiracy guy on the radio.
Yeah, I think that was also able to be heard in the soundtrack that's already in the game. Something about, let's call it what it really is, serial killer.
That was still me, but that's also because it was a temporary thing. So.
No, of course.
But you can expect things like that from these voice actors.
He's great. Be excited for that. That was a lot from sound, but I think our next segment as well, I heard a little bit about that Art has been working on the model for The Stranger, which I think we can also pull up now. I'm very excited to see this, and I think the art team has been...
That's
oh
the
God!
first version.
I don't think... it turns out that I've been tricked, and this was our terrible screenshot of the week, and not actually the model that or the texture that we're going to be using for The Stranger. Wow. Okay. Thank you, PR, for that. I will get you back later. But I think. Thank both of you for answering those questions. That's enough from me. But I think that's going to move it over to the audience Q&A.
Indeed. We are going to have a quick open Q&A here. So for anyone in the audience who has a question, please ask away. Yeah. We'll start at the front here. We don't have the boom mic.
We'll repeat the question.
What's next, at least for the next sprint?
So what's next for, at least for the next sprint? Okay. Project manager, take it away.
Okay. Well, as mentioned, we still have some things that need implementing, like all the voice lines, not all the voice lines, a lot of voice lines, and we Yeah, so this time we've shown a lot of the tasks and what Nora will be doing during the day, but we really want to get the story in there, and so that the player can follow along on her journey as they already can in a mechanical way. We also want to add to that in a narrative way.
So next time you can definitely expect cinematics, cutscenes, more voice acting, and animations as well, as you already saw in the show reel, but as well an additional day added where you get to interact with this stranger who knocks on your door. You lure him inside, push him inside of your guest bedroom, because you know that you are safer with him locked inside than him just being able to walk around your home. So I hope that answers your question. If anyone else has a question about either to any of us or the stuff that we've shown you in the show reel or the demo, feel free to ask. I think Jim as well is also keeping the Twitch chat in check, so you guys are also heard, don't worry about that. So
it's loading.
Twitch chat is loading, we currently hear.
Yes, once again.
What's the status on the controller support?
The status on controller support.
I have been personally ensuring that it is being worked on. However, I had to put it on hold as I was needed on in some other places, but it's moving along.
So that's also nice.
Sure. Just
That
for
is
you.
Also
Just
a
for
thing
you.
we'll be working on. Exactly.
Do you want a specific controller as well, since you're... I'm not buying a Steam Deck just to implement it.
Yeah. But I think as well, all of the things that we've shown, if any of you have a question about either the sounds that we've implemented or how we've done some of the art or how we've modeled those things, feel free to ask those things as well.
Yep.
I am wondering mostly about the integration because I've noticed a lot of interactions that objects can have with each other. You can place a teapot under the tap, you can tap on, which causes a particle effect, which causes the teapot to fill, all those kinds of things. And as the art integrator of the other project, I'm wondering what kind of project structure did you use to make it move so smoothly?
So as the art integrator of the other project, or the other team, you're interested in knowing what structure we use.
Yeah, it must have taken a lot of work.
Thank you for that compliment. Yeah.
I think I can answer on the programming aspect of that. Our main integrators are present but not seated here, and I don't want to force them to come up here, of course, so I'll answer in that regard. I know for interaction systems, like the chores, other things. Setting up proper unified systems for that was a big challenge that our programmers have had to wrestle with, but they've set up standardized systems that anyone can use. They also have custom UIs within the Unity editor, so our designers and artists could, in theory, also implement their own things without needing to have someone by their side to help them along, which has been a challenge, but they've done great work on that, and that has indeed made our workflow a lot smoother. As for the art part...
On the art part, to make sure the integrators don't have to fix every single asset, I made a checklist for things to check to see if the faces are normal, objects are combined when necessary and have understandable names, and then a little step on how to export the file correctly without lamps and cameras, and then later also turning it into Unity package so the textures are in there.
And to also add on to this, as this is a very obvious answer, but also just good communication between the teams, being able to give them a platform that works for them. So as well, what works for our art team. I know that, for example, our programming team really enjoys using GitHub to integrate things.
Art
but
does not.
No, our art team does not like GitHub, and that's okay. But I think that really works for us, and to get all of this working smoothly is to listen to what they need, find platforms that work for them and solutions that work for them, and to integrate all of that first between teams, and then in a specialized integration team, and put that in the game. So I hope that answers your questions. Thanks for it. Okay. Anything else? Maybe on Twitch?
Yeah, I have a question from someone called VMTS. What is the team most proud of from the current demo, and why?
Well, that
I guess
also
it's kind of like
I
kind
think
of been
Adnan
discussed
can
in the
answer
question.
this.
Yeah, I think for me, 100% environment. I really like how it looks. We have specialist set on foliage, on trees, on how things are supposed to look, on what the map is supposed to be like. But that I think was also the biggest difference that we made from the past sprint to now. When you look around and you see those trees, that makes me feel like, oh, I almost want to be in this cabin very deep in the woods. Damn, let me even be that stranger that gets like locked up in the guest bedroom. Yeah, but I'm very glad that I get to work with a team that's very passionate and gets to see, and that I get to see all of these little steps being made, and that I get to see these large differences as well every 2 weeks. It's beautiful, honestly, and I'm personally very proud of that. And I think I speak for the entire team as well when I say that.
Yeah.
Good question as well.
Okay, any further questions?
Any comments? Criticism?
Also allowed.
Only good feedback is allowed.
None in the audience. Another one in chat, perhaps?
No?
In that case, I believe we are... Oh,
One
yeah,
more.
1 minute. Last minute.
Let's do a final one.
When you were presenting you had to create a fire,
Mhm.
and there was a fire, but you still had to walk outside with another piece of wood.
Yeah, that was to make... yeah, the question was, why did the player have to constantly walk back and forth between... to get more logs for the fire?
Well, I already see fire.
Yes, well, the intended thing to show to the player is that they want to make a big enough fire. Like one simple log in a newspaper is not going to make a very nice fire. That's also why you blow on it and then it becomes bigger. You have like a noise.
Mhm.
So it's to create a nice looking fire that you
Yeah.
can...
Just like
keep
in
warm.
real life, when you make a fire, you know, you have a log, it starts a little fire, but it's not enough to get you through the day.
So is this clear enough for the players?
Is this clear enough for the players? Personally, no. But that's why we do these things. We make demos and we reassess with the team, and we make feedback points for ourselves. We realize as well during play testing, which we also have a specialized group for, led as well by some very talented people, that these things, for example, the starting a fire, we need to have more feedback that we give them, that these aren't enough logs. Because someone that doesn't have personal experience living in a cabin in the woods in Oregon in 1974 might need some visual feedback or other ways to tell them, hey, go ahead and get more logs, instead of just seeing if the note is crossed off on the chore list. Okay. Thank you for the question as well. I think we have another one.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're asking if you can carry multiple logs.
If we can carry multiple logs. I think in the back I see our programming lead who's doing a big no. That is a thing that we want to get to, as you could have seen in the show reel, but for now as well, that's going to be a no.
At the moment you can only hold one object at a time, except for the task list, which is something you can...
I'm seeing a movement that resembles a crate in the back as well from our programming lead.
There are animations for carrying 3 logs at a time, or a crate with the chopped logs.
Yeah.
Though I don't think the mechanics
Exciting
are
future
there yet.
prospects.
Yeah. So new features will come in which the player gets to carry more logs at a time. Be excited, people. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to get to those.
Another question.
Yeah, so from Jeff, 2 questions actually. What are your must-haves for Sprint 4? And are you 100% certain you can hit the must-haves? And do you have a plan B if not?
These sound like the logistics.
They certainly do that. This is definitely a very tough challenge. Question. At the moment, I can't 100% say that as for the sprint planning. Well, this sprint isn't over yet, so we have don't have a 100% fully complete sprint planning just yet. But once we do that, we will indeed ensure, since it's the final one, we will have a good look at what exactly we want to give and plan B as well. So yeah.
But regarding the must-haves, though, we're gonna do our absolute best.
Of course.
We're entering Sprint 4, the final one of our project, but that doesn't mean we're over just yet. There's a lot of work left to do, and I think everyone knows this might be our most difficult and hardest working sprint yet. But those must-haves, we're gonna do our absolute best to hit those. We might have to leave a few itty-bitty little things out, so maybe you won't be able to carry 4 logs at a time, but we're gonna have to look at that.
You just promised.
They're
3
gonna
logs. 3 logs.
Now. 3 logs max. Okay. Thanks for that question as well. Did we answer both of them, or?
I think it was kind of a 2-for-1 deal.
The plan B.
Okay.
wasn't really-
I don't think in this case you can have a plan B. Must-haves are must-haves for a reason. And those are going to be our top priority for these next 2 weeks, or for the next 2 weeks of the project. So it's a do or die trying. Yeah.
There's also a compliment that says the CEO is quite well spoken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
If anyone else has any compliments, feel free.
Well, there might
I
be one.
agree. But a follow-up question to Jeff's question. Should it be well? First, is more it's not a question, but carrying logs might be should have
Mhm.
because it's already working. But if you had one sentence to explain what will be new in Sprint 4, what would you say?
Story. I think the main thing, not even a whole sentence, sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm going to repeat your question real quick.
Fine, story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So real quick, for the people in the audience who aren't, or in the watching this from Twitch, someone asked if in one sentence you could explain what will be new in the next sprint. The answer to that is the story. Right now we have some really nice mechanics. We have a nice looking cabin and environment, but it's missing a story that ties everything together. So that's the thing we're most excited about, to show all of you who is Nora, what are these challenges that she's facing, and to really make you feel immersed in this life that she lives. We've set up like this sandbox. Now all that it's missing is the story behind it. So I hope you're excited for that.
When can I try out your game?
When can you try out our game? More information will follow on that. You can follow our social media.
At Noon Studios on Instagram and LinkedIn, although we post more on Instagram.
Indeed.
I think that is going to be the Q&A for now. If you have any questions that you didn't manage to get to at this time, feel free to send us an email at noonstudios@gmail.com. We're going to have our PR people reading that 24/7 now after that little stunt they pulled on me. That is noonstudios@gmail.com. So I think that as well is going to do it for today.
It is indeed. So thank you all for watching this special Christmassy edition of the At Noon Afternoon. We're going to take a little break after this week as well, so our next presentation will be in January. But keep our socials.
Keep your eye on them.
That's
Exactly.
the one. Words are difficult.
Thank you everyone in the audience for being here with us today. It's really lovely to see all of you and see your interest in our game. People on Twitch, don't forget, I didn't forget you, don't worry. Thank all of you for being here as well. We're excited to see you again for the next At Noon Afternoon, which is also going to be the last one of this project. Producers play the aww sound effect. Already in advance, I'm wishing all of you a very happy holiday and festive season. Happy New Year in advance as well. Make sure to check out 24 Christmas on Spotify, available right now. And this was At Noon Studios with At Noon Afternoon. Thank all of you for being here today, and see you next time.